Hello and welcome to our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Circle on Global Television, live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Anthony Momodu. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has assured to utilize all available resources to ensure lasting peace and security in the southeast geopolitical zone of the country. President Tinubu gave the assurance in Bende, the headquarters of Bende local government area of Abia State, while unveiling the logo of the Peace in the Southeast project, a strategic platform for the restoration of peace in the Southeast region, envisioned by the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu. The unveiling was part of activities to mark the civic reception, Thanksgiving and homecoming by the Deputy Speaker, addressing Nigerians from all walks of life who graced the occasion. President Tinubu, represented by the Vice President Senator Kashim Shettima, commended the convener of the Peace Project, Kalu, and expressed his understanding that no one comprehends the experience of the community better than the people themselves. The president therefore expressed his determination to involve all and sundry in bringing peace to the southeast. Trade Union Congress of Nigeria TUC has said Nigerians are still waiting to experience the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu-led administration, asserting that their hopes have been dampened in the face of the current parlous economy. In a New Year statement by its president and Secretary General Festus Osifo and Nuhu Toro, the Labour Center issued a 10-point demand from the current administration this year, stating that the outgone year was one long, excruciating litany of lost opportunities and dashed hopes. Among the demands, it said all agreements between Labour and government, including payment of monthly 35,000 naira wage award to public servants in local, state and federal services, must be implemented until a new national minimum wage is implemented. TUC also asked that a new national minimum wage must be negotiated, implemented, and if further delayed in the year, arrears must be paid. As part of efforts to tackle the brain drain in the health sector, the Lagos State government has announced plans to establish the University of Health and Medical Sciences before the end of 2024. While speaking at the inauguration of the Femi Gbajabiamila General Hospital in Surulere, Lagos, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu revealed that the launch of the university will be a product of a strategic collaboration between the state and the Federal Ministry of Health. Sanwo-Olu noted that the initiative is aimed at significantly increasing the production of healthcare workers throughout the year, adding that Lagos State is poised as a model and the goal is to extend the initiative nationwide to tackle the persistent issue of medical migration. According to him, the launch of the medical university is a part of a comprehensive set of initiatives planned by the Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Tunji Alausa. 7 months into the 4-year tenure of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, political associates of Abubakar Atiku, presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the 2023 election, have said that the former vice president would contest again in 2027, just as there would be a coalition of political parties going into the next general election to challenge President Tinubu. The disclosure was made by Daniel Bwala, a spokesperson of the 2023 Atiku Presidential Campaign Organization. Bwala said that there will be a coalition of political parties that will be very strong, adding that the upcoming coalition would swallow some of the elements creating problems in many political parties. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo says mismanagement by the previous administrations had forced Nigeria into debt burden that the coming generations will have no choice but pay the current debt being incurred by different countries in the continent. A statement by his media aide Kehinde Akinyemi indicated that the elder statesman spoke during an engagement with 2023 awardees of the Future African Leaders Foundation, an initiative of Pastor Chris Oyekelame. Obasanjo, during his reign as the president in 2003, secured a debt relief for Nigeria. Likewise, his counterpart from Algeria at the same period. The Otta farmer, who, however, added that with the level of mismanagement of the previous debts written off for the country, it would be almost impossible for any administration to get similar gesture in the continent, saying the debts were a trap that no individual or nation should fall into, as it constitutes an albatross on any economy. Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has ordered the suspension of caretaker chairman of the 18 local government areas and 33 local council development areas of the state. The suspension was contained in a letter signed by the Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs. Alonge Adewale and Akure High Court, presided over by Justice Yemi Fasomi, had granted an interim injunction filed by the opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP), seeking to restrain late Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu from inaugurating any person or persons not democratically elected as members of caretaker committees to administer the affairs of local council and the LCDA, pending the determination of the interlocutory injunction in the suit. Justice Fasomi consequently barred the caretaker chairman from operating after they resumed office. They had been sworn in before the order was granted. The letter of suspension of the caretaker chairman indicated that the directive would subsist until determination of all chairmen to submit all assets, properties to the LGAs and LCDAs. Following the suspension of accreditation and evaluation of degree certificates from Benin Republic and Togo, the federal government has suspended accreditation of certificates from 2 francophone West African nations and launched a probe, which the Minister of Education, Tahir Mamman, says the report should be submitted in 3 months. Mamman said students who patronized such institutions were not victims but criminals, adding that security agents will go after those with fake certificates from foreign countries, already using them to secure opportunities in Nigeria, adding that sanctions will be extended to more countries like Uganda, Kenya, and Niger Republic. The Rivers State House of Assembly has said that Edison Ehi, who recently resigned his membership of the House, was never elected the Speaker of the state legislature. The House said the Speaker of the Assembly is a creation of the law, saying Ehi, who was the member representing Ahoda East Constituency 2, was only claiming what he is not. The clerk of the House, Emeka Amadi, stated this in a letter titled "To Whom It May Concern." Amadi was reacting to the letter of resignation as Speaker and membership of the House, written and signed by Ehi himself and addressed to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadiya Umar Farouk, risked arrest by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission following her failure to honor an invitation by the Anti-Graft Agency. The EFCC wrote Umar Farouk to appear for questioning in furtherance of an ongoing probe into an alleged 37.1 billion fraud during her tenure in office. According to the EFCC, the alleged fraud was perpetrated through a contractor, James Okwete. Umar Farouk, who was scheduled to appear at 10 a.m. at the Anti-Graft Agency Abuja headquarters, failed to show up and kept interrogators waiting for over 8 hours without an official communication as to why she could not honor the invitation. Reports revealed that the interrogation team had to retire from work at about 6 p.m. when they were certain that the former minister was not going to show up. An impeccable senior official of the anti-graft agency said Umar Farouk might be arrested by operatives of the EFCC within the week if she fails to voluntarily appear before investigators at the EFCC headquarters as officially requested by the Commission. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has frozen private accounts with 30 billion naira of the 44 billion naira moved from the accounts of the National Social Investment Program Agency, NSIPA. EFCC traced the funds to multiple accounts to which the funds were moved by some NSIPA officials. It was alleged that the 44 billion naira was suspiciously transferred from the NSIPA's account into private and corporate accounts linked to those 7 as fronts. Meanwhile, the recently suspended National Coordinator and Chief Executive Officer of the agency, Halima Shehu, was questioned by EFCC interrogators. The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, has approved the implementation of a group personal accident insurance policy for all Nigerian Air Force personnel, while the Ministry of Defense has a group life assurance policy for military personnel. The Director of Public Relations and Information for the Nigerian Air Force, Air Vice Marshal Edward Gwabwet, explained that the policy covers only the families of the personnel killed in action and doesn't address medical expenses resulting from accident. Gwabwet noted that the new policy aligns with the Air Chief's command philosophy, aiming to sustain a highly motivated force through improved welfare and infrastructure renewal. The Nigerian Railway Corporation says it has completed preparations to begin night operations in the second quarter of 2024. The Nigerian Railway Corporation Director General Engineer Fidet Adetalen Okiare stated that the night operations are limiting operations and that it is not how trains should operate, further adding that the train is designed to continue indefinitely, also stating that people may prefer to go in the evening, but due to security situation in the country, the train only travel during the day, according to the NRCDG. This merely means that the business will start running 6 rail excursions per day on the standard gauge train across the board. You're watching News Circle live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV, NG, and other handles now showing on your screen. When News Circle returns, African Union appeals for calm in Ethiopia-Somalia row. The news continues shortly with details of these and more stories right after this break. Please stay with us. Back from the break on the foreign scene, the African Union on Thursday joined the United States in appealing for calm in the Horn of Africa after regional tensions soared followed a contested deal between Ethiopia and the breakaway region of Somaliland. Somalia had vowed to defend its territory after Monday's agreement, which it described as an aggression and a blatant assault on its sovereignty by neighboring Ethiopia. The Memorandum of Understanding gives a landlocked Ethiopia, Africa's second most populous country, long-desired access to the Red Sea through the Somaliland. AU Commission Chair Musa Faki Mahatma issued a statement appealing for calm and mutual respect to de-escalate the simmering tension between Ethiopia and Somalia. He called on the two nations to engage in negotiation process without delay to settle their differences. Hospital doctors in England begins their longest conservative strike in 7 decades history of Britain's National Health Service. Junior doctors, those below the consultant level, will walk out for 6 days in a major escalation of their long-running pay dispute with the UK government. The industrial action comes a day at one of the busiest times of the year for state-funded NHS, when it faces increased pressure from winter respiratory illnesses. It also quickly follows a 3-day strike held by doctors just before Christmas. The NHS said the latest walkout, which could see up to half of the medical workforce on picket lines, would have a significant impact on almost all routine care. About 1,000 cars and lorries have been stuck in heavy snow for over 24 hours in Sweden, making armed forces deliver food and water to the owners. The rescuers said they were working to free people stuck on the main E22 road in Skene area of southern Sweden. Many of those trapped were evacuated by rescue teams and were told to return to their cars later. The travel chaos happened amid plummeting winter temperatures across the nomadic countries. Extreme cold weather has hit parts of Sweden, Finland and Norway, and snowstorms in Denmark have left drivers trapped on a motorway near Aarhus since Wednesday. In business, Nigeria spent 2.7 trillion naira to import a premium motor spirit, PMS, diesel and jet fuel in the third quarter of 2023. Data by the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, has shown, coming amidst the inability to overhaul the country's refineries. White products have remained the largest import of the country. The total import of PMS imported during the period stood at 1.9 trillion, while diesel was at 736.7 billion naira. The jet fuel was at 135.8 billion naira. While Nigeria remains a leading crude oil producer, the country is one of the only major oil producers that is totally on the importation of petroleum products. The Nigerian currency naira experienced a significant drop, reaching 1,035 naira 12 kobo against the US dollar at the official Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market on Wednesday. This decline represents 4.72% decrease from the 988.46 kobo to a dollar rate recorded on Tuesday, the first trading day of 2024. The FMDQ Securities Exchange reported fluctuations in the official foreign exchange trading ranging from a low of 700 naira to the high of 1,224 naira per dollar. The market opened at 932 naira 67 kobo and closed at 1,035 naira 12 kobo, with the total daily foreign exchange market turnover at $85.68 million. At the NAFEM window in the parallel market, the naira fell by 15 or 1.23%, reaching 1,230 naira on Wednesday compared to 1,215 naira on December 30th, 2023, despite predictions of the naira's recovery in 2024 by financial experts, with Bismarck Ruwane and Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Olayemi Kadoso. The currency continues to face downward pressure. Nigeria experienced a substantial decline of 59.84% in foreign capital from BRICS countries during the third quarter of 2023, according to the capital importation report by the National Bureau of Statistics. A quarterly analysis reviewed the capital inflow dropped from $239.18 million in the second quarter of 2023 to $96.4 million in third quarter of 2023, representing a 60.35% decrease. This is also a yearly decrease of 17.5% from $116.51 million recorded in the same quarter of the previous year. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC, has assured the federal government, the public, that there is no imminent increase in the cost of premium motor spirits, PMS, commonly known as petrol. This is contained in a statement signed by the Chief Corporate Communication Officer, Olufemi Soneye. NNPC urges Nigerians to disregard unfounded rumors and assure them that there are no plans for an upward review of the PMS price. Motorists nationwide are advised against engaging in panic buying, as there is presently ample availability of PMS across the country. Nigeria and other countries across the West African region are projected to see increased prices of staple foods such as rice, maize, millet, cereals, and others in 2024. This is according to a report titled West Africa Regional Supply and Market Outlook, published jointly by the Food and Agriculture Organization, World Food Program, WFP, and others. According to the report, prices of staple crops such as maize, wheat, rice, millet will increase above the 5-year average price occasioned by the reduction in production, trade restrictions, global geopolitical factors, and others. That is it on News Circle, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Anthony Momodu saying thank you for watching. See you again.